know that 75% of the world's population to an extent struggles with the fear of public speaking? Do you also know that 5% of the world population to the many hundreds of millions struggles with the fear of public speaking on a daily basis? Do you also know that 15 million people struggles with the fear of public speaking every year? Do you also know that 75% of the world population today do struggles with the fear of public speaking more than that? It has been statistically proven by the National Social Anxiety Center that all of the questions above are vivid. It is with this question I want to welcome you all to the second edition of course, the Anti-Glossophobia TV series, reaching here live on Multimedia Plus online television. And of course our Facebook page, the Anti-Glossophobia Academy. I am your host, Augustine Martinez. It is truism that 75% of the world's population today do struggles with the fear of public speaking, which is otherwise known as glossophobia. Glossophobia has been a fiasco in many facets of society, as people are afraid to speak in occasion or situation, even if planned or spontaneous. That is why Quest, the Anti-Glossophobia TV series, is geared towards vanquishing all facets of anxiety and dread, as in promoting constructive dialogue in enhancing speeches to be said in whatever platform so that narratives can be changed and stereotypes can be rewritten. In today's edition, I will be telling you about glossophobia itself, some of the physical signs and symptoms, and of course some of the verbal signs of glossophobia itself, and why I think one should learn public speaking. Listeners and viewers, I want you all to stay calm, relax, as I take you through this beautiful and inspiring voyage of public speaking. To start with, what is glossophobia? Glossophobia is said to be the medical term for the strong fear of public speaking. It has been statistically proven that 75% of the world's population who struggles with the fear of public speaking, which is otherwise known as glossophobia. To an extent, the world's population who struggles with the fear of public speaking more than that. Here are some physical signs of glossophobia. Firstly, trembling. Secondly, sweaty and clammy hands. Thirdly, we have cold and hot flushes. We have dizzying and fainting. We have frequent urination. We have abnormal uneasiness and that of the elevated or elevation of pounding heart. Let's now look at the verbal signs and symptoms of glossophobia. Firstly, we have intense dread and nervousness to appear in front of mass to perform a public speaking. Secondly, we have constant thought and nightmare of having a public embarrassment while doing your public speaking. Thirdly, we have the tense of muscles and of course neck, back, such as in public speaking environment. Fourthly, we have a weakened tone of voice and feeling energyless. And lastly, of course, we have the intense panic attack during a public speaking experience. All of these are signs, physical signs and verbal signs and symptoms of glossophobia. And here are some examples where glossophobia might arise. Musicians, actors and actors performing in front of huge crowd. Business personality making a business presentation. Calling of a friend, having a conversation or telling the individual about something else. Children facing dread, being asked a question about a teacher. Students avoiding presentation during class. Giving a speech at a wedding, for example, best man speech. Anticipating going to a conference where a lot of unknown people will be. These are all places where glossophobia might arise. Here are some possible remedies in vanquishing your glossophobia, if not entirely, but I believe it will shake your nerves. The first one has to do with know your material. It has been statistically proven that people who are well background in their area of studies can do a very good presentation when it's come to public speaking. That is why as an individual you need to know your material in doing your public speeches. Secondly, we have to practice often and loud as well. If you're having a presentation or public speech to make, you have to make sure that you practice more often and loud so that you can make yourself au fait with that of your material in presenting or doing your public speeches. Thirdly, we have videotape or presentation. Videotape your presentation. At the ending of the day, you need to know how you articulate, how you demonstrate, and how your facial expression is being appeared. That is why you need to do a videotape, so at the ending of the day, you get to know what exactly you are presenting. Then, fourthly, we have use virtual reality. You need to practice in front of your family, friends, and other people before the event itself. Whenever you're having a public speech to make sure you practice in front of your family, friends, or find an audience where you can be practicing before the actual event itself. The fifth tip here says that prepare possible audience question. You need to prepare questions at the ending of the day, because after giving a presentation, you must be expecting questions from your audience. That is why as a speaker, you need to prepare possible questions that you'll be expecting from your audience as in answering them. Then sixth, we have don't memorize your speech. You don't want to forget any part of your speech. The moment you get to memorize and at the ending of the day you forget a line, it's obvious you will get to think about the rest of the speech. That will lead you to a no good speech, to be precise. Then we have seventh point here says understand your audience. That is why at the ending of the day you need to know who are your audience and how far do you intend your message to go. At the ending of the day, you're expected to know the caliber of people you're talking to so that you can choose your choice of word in addressing them. Then eighth point here says that speak slowly. You need to speak slowly. People who speak fast tend to be very much nervous while giving your speeches. That is why you need to sometimes be slow in doing your speeches so that people can understand what exactly you are preaching or presenting. The ninth point here says that keep a glass of water next to you. Thirst do happen to speaker. Whenever you're speaking, you tend to drink water because your throat got dry and you need to quench your thirst. By doing so, that will keep you in a very good pace as well. Don't say how nervous you are. It is obvious. You don't need to tell the people how nervous you are while giving your presentation. You must be enthusiastic enough as in giving your speech. And finally, you have to familiarize yourself with the room. That is why it is advisable that if you're giving a speech at a particular event or any place so far, you need to make a visit there. Know how the room is being set up so that you can make yourself familiar with the audience, and so you can know how you could be utilizing the podium or rostrum, to be precise. These are some remedies on how to vanquish your anxiety. Here are some reasons why I think one should learn public speaking, or why I think you watching me here should learn public speaking. The number one is it increases in self-confidence. The second says it makes you comfortable around other people. The third one says one of the best ways to generate sales and get a better job is when doing public speaking. Then fourthly, one of the most effective ways to get your message across is when doing public speaking. The fifth one says at some point in your life you will definitely going to need public speaking. Then the sixth one says it allows you to make difference in your life, your community, your business, and that of career. The eighth one says skills learned can boost performance in other areas of life. Then the ninth one says it allows you to demonstrate your knowledge. Doing public speaking helps you out to increase your knowledge and also demonstrate some of the things you've learned so far. It helps you to form your tribe of supporters. At the ending of the day, you meet people, greet, network, you greet supporters, audience as well. It allows you to expand your professional network. Doing public speaking helps you out a lot in meeting new people, networking them, and maintaining that connection. It helps you to make social connections, attending an event, meeting different people, you get to interact with them. More especially you being a speaker at an event, at the end of the day, each and every one of the audience might want to interact with you, meet with you, and share some of the things you've learned so far. Finally, it can help you to become an anti-Glossophobic, which means you will never be afraid of public speaking. These are some of the reasons why I think one should learn public speaking. As public speaking has been a fiasco in many facets of society, as people are afraid to speak in occasional situations, I must remind you all that public speaking is the number one money-making skill. In order for you to succeed in this of our 21st century, you need to get yourself very much au fait with public speaking itself, as public speaking is the number one money-making skill. Ladies and gentlemen, viewers and listeners, as mentioned earlier on, glossophobia has been a fiasco in many facets of society, as people are afraid to speak in occasion or situation, even if planned or spontaneous. That is why I watched the Anti-Glossophobia TV series is here as in vanquishing all facets of anxiety and dread in Glossophobic, as in promoting constructive dialogue in enhancing speeches to be said in whatever platform so that narratives can be changed and stereotypes can be rewritten. Be reminded that you view me here live on Multimedia Plus online television and of course our Facebook page, the Anti-Glossophobia Academy. This is how I draw down the curtain of today's edition. I am your very host, Augustine Martin Martinez, the Anti-Glossophobia.